All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for some real people out there just like you and just like me. Before we get started on this video, Generation Mind by the band Black Swan. Okay, this is something that I think you should check out if you're a hardcore rock fan and you're looking for something good, right? That's new, right? And you're not relying on just the older bands, even though Robin McAuley, who's in this band, and actually these guys are kind of like geezer rockers, right? Because just Jeff Pilson, Reb Beach, Matt Starr, that's the lineup in this group. And it's just really good music, okay? So if you want to rock out a bit and you like kind of a more raw, bluesy production value, I think this thing is one of the better projects of the year, courtesy again of Frontiers Music, Black Swan, Generation Mind. I don't know how you can really go wrong with this, okay? And there may be some people out there, it's not my cup of tea. It's not like syrupy melodic rock. This is more hard edge stuff. And when you hear it, you're going to be like, wow, this should be on the radio. And there's no reason, right, other than the fact that they're a project band and that, you know, radio stations are invested in playing the same 10 bands over and over again. And I'm talking about the newer stuff that comes out, and it's boring as hell. It just is. Speaking of boring, no, I'm just kidding. That could have been a segue from Motley Crue, but Motley Crue is not boring. The reason they're not boring is they are publicity hounds. They're really good at this. They've got the Dirt movie out there. They got the Tommy Lee Pam thing out there. And now they've got Broken Ribs. They've got just all of these people. This is Tommy Lee's Broken Ribs. They probably should have called the tour the Broken Ribs Tour, right? You know, maybe they could have like a picture. Like if you go buy a t-shirt, on the back, you could see a bunch of Broken Ribs 2022 stadium tour. Tommy Lee rocked it so hard, he broke his ribs. Oh, man. Apparently, Poison's Ricky Rocket says that he had no idea prior to the start of the stadium tour that Tommy Lee would only sit behind the drums for a few songs to the band's first set. This has become something now of legend, right? Now, I did a review of what I had seen, and I didn't attend live, and I won't be going live to the stadium tour. I have money to save, so I'm not going. But here's the thing. So far, based on all the footage I've seen, Motley Crue is probably in fourth place on this tour. Let's just be blunt. Maybe third, but probably fourth. I think Joan Jett, whether you like Joan Jett or not, puts on a really good show. And she's one of the world's great rhythm guitar players too, Joan Jett, right? Oh, man. Poor Ted Nugent. Don't say anything bad about Joan, Ted. It just won't go away. So, yeah, I kind of think Joan Jett and what she's doing out there is probably closer to what she's done throughout her career. In other words, you listen to Joan Jett and you go, okay. You listen to Motley Crue and you're like, I think I gave it a 6 out of 10. Poison, too, is doing a great job out there. Bret Michaels, whether you like his shtick or not, he is a great front man. He's always talking about things that are relevant. He's not getting overtly political. He's charitable. He's decent. He seems like a really nice guy. Whereas Vince Neil is trying not to fall off the stage, okay? It's a different world, okay? Vince is trying to keep up with the pace of the music. Now, I've heard some people say that, you know, they're using a track, Motley Crue, because somebody came on stage and they started playing and the music wasn't there, or the music started playing and they weren't there. There've been a couple of videos floating around and people have debunked those videos, but other people have come forward and said, no, I was there. It was weird. We didn't know what was happening. There was music, but there was no Crue, you know? So, you know, this is the problem with trying to coordinate a track with a band. If the band isn't actually on stage, that's going to be a bit of a problem. If a guy misses his cue, the whole thing is screwed, right? But it doesn't affect Kiss. So why should it affect Motley Crue? We do know, though, from what I've heard, what I've listened to, that Vince Neil is he's definitely singing these songs. There's no question about it. And whether this becomes, you know, a big publicity stunt, whether it was done because people were be less likely to buy tickets because Tommy Lee isn't going to be there, or he's only going to play one song a night or something. I mean, the broken ribs thing, like, why don't you lock yourself down? These people were really good at telling other people to lock themselves down for 2 years, right? And to do Zoom concerts, okay? This was the new normal. Let's do a Zoom Well, they've got this tour, which is worth millions of dollars. And I would say to Tommy Lee, hey, Tommy Lee, dude, it's a lot of money here. Just stay cool, man. If somebody said to me, Dave, all you have to do is not get hurt and just, you know, show up for the gig, you know, play the gig. You don't have to be spectacular. You just have to kind of go through the motions out there and you'll get paid millions of dollars. I'm thinking, yeah, I will get the duct tape and hermetically seal things and I will just stay where I'm supposed to stay. For that amount of money, sure, you know, but I don't know if these guys are really that responsible. I think they just figured, hey, we got the contract, there's ink on the contract, and now we can do what we want to do. And then lo and behold, here's this injury, and then everybody's talking about the injury. So either, again, Motley Crue is really great at publicity, and people are just going to talk about this, and they're not going to care all that much about the quality of the show, whereas I can watch Poison and say, they put on a great set. Same thing with Def Leppard. Def Leppard is killing it out there, killing it. So to me, it goes Def Leppard, Poison, Joan Jett, and Motley Crue probably tied for the bottom, you know? And the only reason I don't put Joan Jett higher is she just doesn't have the catalog. She's got a few good songs, but then you're like, okay, what is she playing? You know, and if you're a real hardcore Joan Jett fan, you'll probably recognize some of the deeper cuts that she performs out there. But with Motley Crue, they have enough material to do a set where you know every song, and it's supposed to be really good, like a greatest hits kind of thing. But they're just, you know, with Vince out there, they're just not hitting on all cylinders. And it's good that he's out there. Like I said in the last video, let's see how far Vince Neil goes with this. Let's see if he can finish this. Let's see if he's in the physical condition to go forward, because they're talking about a European tour after this, taking the stadium tour to Europe. Ooh, okay. Again, we'll see how it goes. Maybe Vince can deal with this. Maybe Tommy Lee will eventually heal and he'll be able to play the drums. But, you know, I've talked to a few drummers and they're basically like, dude, you can't play drums with sore ribs, never mind broken ribs. I mean, it's just really difficult. These are movements that are going to affect your ribs. And especially in a hard rock band where you have to at least appear that you're a relentless drummer. You can't be like the little finesse pocket drummer. You have to be, you know, crazy on the kit. So in any event, Ricky Rocket from Poison didn't know about, you know, how bad this was. So they're continuing to keep this whole publicity thing going. You know, whether you're listening to Eddie Trunk or somebody out there who just talks primarily about these things rather than, say, promoting a new band like Black Swan, right? This is their second album, by the way, where Robin McAuley sounds better than anybody on this bill, anybody. Bret Michaels, Vince Neil, even Joe Elliott. This guy just sounds amazing. And, you know, it's just fate, the way things wind up. But some guys who should be a little bit more visible are less visible and do great work, whereas other guys who are very visible do mediocre work, and people are just really happy to have them. So that's where we're at in the year of 2022 on the Geezer rock scene. The Geezers of Rock tour brought to you by Metamucil. So yes, you can go to the show. And while you're there, you can get all your inoculations up to date probably as well. I'm just kidding. I'm a joker. I'm kidding. See the shirt. All right. Holy crap, Batman. Right. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.